Okay, so what the plan is here is to pull this boat motor because it has a lagging and loud transmission. One of two 350s, and we have an excavator over there, kind of right by the ledge where you park. We're gonna pull this thing over there and try and pluck it out. So this is gonna be interesting. That is the noise. Even when both of these motors are running, it's a little difficult moving this thing. See some of the ducks floating around. Pulling over here now.
The switcheroo. The well-crafted tranny. You get this build all sanded and painted up nice. I'll get the little paintbrush out. Get the practice. Oh. Glow plug.
Oh yeah. All right, we've got excavator over there. We've got engine in the boat. Perfect thumbnail. All right, motor is out.
You got room my wife needs. Come on over.
This is awesome. All right, look at that. It's all out of there. Alright, so everything's finished right over there. But we got to get it back with only one drive side. You can already see, since this side has a motor on it, it's going that way. Alright, so we got lucky. Wind's coming that way pretty hard, so we're even blowing this way.
Okay, so here we are doing a little test run to our freshly rebuilt Mercruiser 260 engine. I'm going to shut it off so you can hear it now. Yep. Okay, what we have here is our Mercruiser 260 inboard with a velvet drive transmission. This is the port side engine, and in this boat this is a reverse rotation engine. We pulled this out and pulled it out with the intention of just doing a transmission rebuild and going over some stuff on the engine. This transmission basically was overheated a few times. We found out that the transcooler was partially clogged. We did not know that at first, and we were overheating the transmission. So we got a fresh rebuild done by East Coast Transmissions on this velvet drive. So that's ready to go. And we got a new cooler. We had the starter rebuilt. We had the alternator rebuilt. Of course, we have all new parts in this engine, and what was originally wrong with this engine, which we were unaware of until we pulled it out, was there was an intake gasket leak. So on this intake gasket, we were getting some water in the oil, and we had a little bit of mist coming out of the exhaust when we were running it. So we got that corrected, and we put all new parts in it. We got new bearings, new seals, new rings. So it's pretty much freshened up. So we just ran it, set the timing, and we're pretty much ready to drop her back in. We may have to do a second valve adjustment to it. I got one lifter that sounds a little noisy, but other than that, we're in good shape. And we're gonna put the engine back in with this Kubota excavator. We left the boat in the water. It's a 32-foot boat. We pulled it up next to the seawall and pulled the engine out with the excavator. But to put it back in to make our lives a little easier, we're going to weld a jib attachment on this to get the boom further away from the tower on the boat, or the arch on the boat. When the waves would come in, the arch was getting a little close to hitting the boom. So we're going to be welding that up shortly, and we'll have a video on that for you.
All right.
There's two passes there.
Yeah, they kind of look pretty thick. So this is what's going to be coming out. So that way we have extra room. Loading everything up here at the shop. So we got a jet ski pulling it just because of the one motor. That one, that spray job you did.
I think it was a bunch of peckerheads. Gotta watch.
Yeah, put your blade down a little bit.
That's cool. Oh, whoa! Wrong lever.
Called the PC carbine. We're gonna take it out in the boat later and start shooting ducks with it. I bought 1,000 rounds too, so we got there and pop them. So
Everybody stay clear.
I'm gonna go around this way.
See if I can get the balls on the bucket.
I can't do a whole right here.
Look how good that zooms in. To drive it across from the seawall back into its slip. And then there's a bunch of other stuff that got to be tied up.
Let's make sure that this one's going to work.
So one of the things is this new elbow.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Show the people the old one. That just kept on leaking water as it was coming out of the exhaust.
Obviously, you can't get it to seal if there's nothing for the hose to seal against.
So right now, there's also a riser gasket that needs to be replaced.
Which is only because we took the riser off after it was installed.
Yep. And then we just did a fast valve adjustment, see if that stops the ticking.
All those sparks right next to the carburetor are a great idea.
And career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to Amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Alright, so test fire with all these new pipes.
Oh wait, the water. Pump it? Yep. Pump. Okay, now try to start.
Alright, so this is the last thing that needs to be figured out. This prop shaft. This has to be perfectly aligned with that plate on the right. This is what goes out directly into the water, and then that's the transmission side. So you got to use a feeler gauge and line it up, but you got to adjust the whole motor and the transmission using all 4 of the motor mounts. So you go around all 4 sides, and then if there's too much pressure coming off of this shaft that goes in the water, it'll leak. It's a very difficult process. This is what it should look like, just connected. Alright, prop shaft is aligned. It's all ready for a test drive.
Fish on!
Picking up some speed. What's your opinion on the boat?
I like boats.
Does the cooler come up to here, or would it be spraying out from?
I'd swear, like, it was spraying this way.
Yeah. Because there aren't any lines coming up over there,
No.
right? Yeah.
Oh, wait, unless it's this thing.
Oh, there's a trim. Trim.
So what, does that plastic line just shove into that metal fitting?
Yeah, that kind of like gets crimped on there.
Okay.
No, it didn't, did it?
No, I don't think so.
Ben, I don't even want to move.
Where? Oh, that better not have went in the ocean.
Did it go in the drink?
Hopefully not. I can't like bend over and look. It might be down there. Alright, so because that fitting only leaked when you adjusted the trim, we can drive it back and fix that ferrule fitting. Instead of going back, we're going to take it to one of those on-the-bay restaurants. Can you make it in that one spot that looks open? that motor and transmission on the boat seems to be functioning fine, so that's the end of this video.